Welcome to our live stream. We have a quiz today. I've got 10 questions for you, all related to the topic life. These are questions that are designed to help you better your English, to improve vocabulary, understanding. It's not a test of your knowledge, because if it were, then I would have failed this 100%. I come up with these quizzes every week, and it's usually stuff I don't know. This is just for fun. This is just to have an opportunity to learn English in a different way and to be part of a community. So I'm Jen, English with Jen. I'm here every Tuesday at this time with a quiz. Our topic this week is life lessons. So I thought the easiest way to put a quiz together is to do one about life. So we have 10 questions, all related to life. Hello, Serena. Ciao a tutti. Welcome to everyone who's joining. If you don't already follow my account, you can find it here. But better than just following my account, show up. Come and watch stuff. Hello, Lorena, my dear. Hello, Karina, my dear. And be part of our community. If you're looking for a place where you can practice your English, we kind of have a good thing going on here. So let's hop into our first question. Let me remove my banner. Slightly annoying. Okay, so, and let me find a nice little spot to be in. I think that's going to work. Let's take a look and see. And here is our first question. It does. It works just fine. So, hello, Yelena. Welcome, welcome. So we have a nice little group already here today. And this is our first question. What has happened to human life expectancy in the last 200 years? What can you tell me? A, it has stayed the same. B, it has doubled. In life expectancy, we talk about the years in which a person lives, how long someone lives. C, it has decreased, so it has lessened, or it has tripled. Doubled, tripled, stayed the same, decreased. You tried to find Lorena. Yeah, she's hard to find. She doesn't have Lorena as her name. So maybe Sarita, maybe Lorena, you can reach out to her. All right. So sorry, I digress. I'm reading your private comments. Sorry. All right. So what can you tell me? Let me pull up my information so that I can have a little bit more to say if you are interested. Karina's going with B. It has doubled. Any other guesses? What can you tell me? We've got 8 folks here already. What do you think? We're still answering question number 1. Life expectancy is talking about how long someone lives. And Lorena's saying D, it has tripled. Karina's saying B, it has doubled. And my internet seems to be a little wonky today. Hey, Carmen, sweetie. Hello, hello. I hope you're feeling better. All right. So the answer is actually B. It has doubled. So the average global life expectancy at birth is around 73.5 years as of 2025. And it is still slowly rising. And what I think is interesting, though, is, and this is something I learned earlier. Oh, good. I'm glad you're better. This is something I learned. Probably you already all knew this and have for a long time. Okay, my internet's strange. I don't know if I'm cutting out. So when my internet's being weird, I will stop talking. So if you see me just sitting here, then that's why. Randy, you're saying C. The answer is actually B. This is not the birth rate. The birth rate has decreased, I think, in many, at least Western cultures. But is my internet cutting out, or should I just ignore it? If you could give me a little feedback, that would be great. For some reason, the screen goes black and I get this little swirly thingy going on. So yes, but the thing is this is what I learned recently, which I'm telling you this, you probably already know it. So forgive me, but I just think it's so important to put this into perspective and see that the life expectancy at around 1900, internet is bad. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what's going on. But life expectancy as of 1900, so in the last century, was around 32. So I thought forever that people just did not live long lives. But actually, that was not the case. The point was that many children did not make it until adulthood. And so, therefore, the average life expectancy was lowered. But actually, if you made it into adulthood in 1900, whatever, you could easily live to be 50, 60, and even older. It was just because of a lack of vaccines, proper sanitation, so good water. Lots and lots of children didn't make it, but that got solved or that got improved in the 21st century or in the 20th century. And so that's why connection is very bad today. Sorry, sweetie. So maybe it's my connection, Yuki, not yours. So interesting. Yeah. Okay. So this is something new for you too. Okay. Because I think this really puts things into perspective. We always think, or I always thought that people in 1910 or whatever didn't live to be very old, but it was actually a lot of children passed away. So I'm glad we've figured that out. Let's move on to question number 2. Ciao. Hello, ciao. Hello, Leslie, dear. We're on question number 2. You are right on time. Let's see. Okay. And our quiz today is all stuff about life, just different things about life. So here we go. Which statement about laughter is true? A, it existed before language. B, only humans laugh. C, it began with writing, or D, it has no social meaning. Which of these answers do you think is correct about laughter? So what do you think about laughter? It existed before language. Only humans really laugh. C, it began with writing, or D, it has really no social meaning. Carmen, you're saying only humans. I have a lot of A's. A lot of people guessing A. Renate, happy to have you here as well in our quiz today. Got kind of like an old group going on again. It's nice. Okay, so let's see. So lots of people guessing A, and that's true. So it existed before language. And so they say that laughter helps people bond and feel safe in groups. So it's absolutely something that had a big social meaning, a connecting thing. So I thought that was kind of cool. Before we could talk, we could laugh. It's nice somehow. All right, moving on to number 3. And if you have anything else that you would like to add, please remember, I am not an expert on this topic. I just put this quiz together in the past couple of days. I learned all of this new as well. So if you have something that you want to educate us, please do. Babies laugh. They sure do. I love to laugh. Me too. It's the best, the absolute best. All right. So let's find number 3, and we're moving on to our gut. Okay. Our gut. And maybe you can tell me which part of the body the gut is in. G-U-T. Which part of the body is the gut in? All right. So what, sorry. Where's my question? What is the gut often called because it has millions of neurons that can affect moods and emotions? And just so everybody is on the same page here, well, let me go through the definitions or the possibilities. A, the control center. B, the digestive engine. C, the second brain, or D, the nervous core. So, first guess coming in, and the gut is the part of the body where we digest our food. It's through chemicals and nerves and all kinds of stuff. And so this is part of our digestion, our gut. So it's in the belly. Yes, exactly. It's in the belly. Exactly. So Serena's going second brain. Yuki's saying B, the digestive engine. Yelena's going with digestive engine. So Any other guesses? Otherwise, Kareem's going with D, the nervous core. Alessia's going with C, the second brain. Lorena's got a C for me as well. All right, so C, those of you who answered C, you are correct. It's called the second brain because it can really affect your moods, your emotions. You have a lot of health sorry, good bacteria, bad bacteria. A lot of people are focused on this nowadays. And I just wanted to point out we have a nice little idiom here, an idiomatic expression called a gut feeling. So when you have this feeling and just something feels off or something feels different or something feels wrong, we call it a gut feeling. You're not feeling it in your heart. You're not thinking it logically. It's just something intuitive. You can have a gut feeling. If someone is being cheated on quite often, you feel it in your gut. You're like, something's weird. I don't know what's going on. It's a gut feeling. So I wanted to just add that because it's a good little idiomatic expression for something that's, a little hard to explain somehow. All right, moving on to number 4, and we are headed to brain cells. Brain cells, which I think I have like 6 left. Around 6, maybe 5.5. 5.5 brain cells, that's what I'm dealing with these days. And let's see what our question is. So, when do humans get most of their brain cells? Okay, so when do we get most of our brain cells? Is it cool that at 53, I have 5.5 brain cells left? So A, during old age, B, after age 30, C, during adulthood, or D, before birth and early childhood? When do we get the majority, or when do we get, the majority of our brain cells? When do you think this is? So B, C, or D? What can you tell me? Brain cells. So you're listening D, question mark, before birth and early childhood. So Diana, hello and welcome to you. C, you're saying during adulthood, that is. D, before birth. Serena saying D for sure. And Serena, my dear, your confidence is good. It's absolutely accurate. Your gut feeling is telling you that it's D. It is D. It's D. So I found this fascinating. Before we're born, before birth and in early childhood, that's when we get most of our brain cells. So you're born with most of them, the most that you'll ever have. Learning does not create new brain cells. Okay. I don't know, but before birth, for sure during early childhood. Yeah, it seems like the majority before birth, and still the process continues on in early childhood. As you age, they don't get better. It doesn't become more. Actually, I think it's less. Like I said, I know I'm operating here. Maybe by the end of this lesson with 5 brain cells, Sorry, wait for the connection to work. The important thing is to strengthen the connections between the different brain cells, because when you create new connections, that strengthens your brain. It makes it more efficient and faster and stronger. So it's about, as you get older, not getting new brain cells, but keeping the ones that you have and increasing the connection. Okay. So moving on to another little question about life, and we're talking about extinction. So if one of you would like to, or if any of you would like to write a nice little definition for the word extinction, you're more than welcome to do so. Extinction. What can you tell me about extinction? Moving on to number 5. Extinction. What's an extinction? Exactly. It was D, Diana. You're right. Okay. So how many mass extinctions has life on Earth survived? And an extinction, my friends with Latin-based words, languages, that is, you probably have this in your language. I'm sure we have stolen it from you. But extinction is when everything is gone. Dinosaurs are no longer on the planet. They are extinct. We do not have dying out. Exactly, Carmen. Exactly. Okay, so Renee is saying we have the option A2, B3, C5, and D10. Extinctions remind me of dinosaurs. Exactly, same here. That's the easiest sort of link to extinction. Alessia's going with 3. Sorry, on our planet. Yuki's going with 5, C. And Lorena's going with C, question mark? Exactly. So, okay, so for those of you who guessed 5, then C, you are correct. There have been 5 mass extinctions on our planet. Sorry, I don't understand the question. Okay, so our planet is a living organism, right? Sometimes we have ice ages, sometimes there are hot periods, and sometimes things happen to our planet, like meteorites and asteroids. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Peter would be rolling his eyes. Big rocks hitting our planet and wiping everything out. So when you have that, where the majority of life on Earth is no longer alive, that is an extinction, because our planet has had now 5 of these extinctions so far, which is so scary to think of. There have been when a very large number of species disappear and new life starts, new life forms. The most famous extinction killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, was likely caused by a large rock, also called an asteroid, hitting the Earth. The largest extinction ever was called the Permian extinction, wiped out 90% of all species on Earth. After every mass extinction, new life form appears and slowly fill the empty spaces in the ecosystem. Birds are the only living descendants of dinosaurs. I'm sure a lot of you knew that, meaning that dinosaurs are not completely extinct. Most species that have ever lived on Earth are now extinct, which shows how rare life is, long-term survival on our planet is. Small animals often survive. So I'm short. I feel like a small animal. I'll survive. No. And scientists believe that we may be living in the 6th mass extinction because of our human activity. I hope not. But all right, let's move on to another question about life. And if you have anything you would like to add that you want to teach us about, please do, because I love learning from you. As you know, I don't know any of this stuff. I'm just researching it, finding it, putting it together, and hoping we can all kind of learn from each other. So if you have anything to add, be my guest, correct me, do what you need to do. You know, I'm always grateful. Oops, hold on. That's number 5 again, and we need number 6. We're moving on to DNA. All right, number 6. Okay. So, let's go. All right, there we go. How much DNA do humans share with a banana or with bananas? How much DNA do you think that we share? Is it about 90%, about 60%, about 10%, about 30%? How many things you teach me, Jen? I'm teaching myself for about 10 minutes, and then I forget all of these things. So it's fun to learn these things together, and then I forget, and maybe you remember. All right, so what do you think? How much DNA do we share with a banana? So I hope C. Renee says C, I think. Any other guesses? So C, question mark. Any other guesses? Lorena's going with C. And the actual answer, drum roll on this one, we share about a 20%. 20% of the same DNA as a banana. We're a bunch of monkeys. No. So anyway, it's actually kind of a joke because it's supposed to just remind us that all living things, everything that is alive, everything that sort of produces and is alive somehow is connected in a way. We shared similar DNA with a lot. I am a banana. Yeah, I think I'm a banana. I'm probably more B, 60%. Good old banana. So thinking, hold on. Thinking, remembering, and even daydreaming. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong question. Where am I? It just shows that living things use similar basic biological systems. So our biology may look different somehow, but on the inside and at the core of things, we are all somehow connected. Bananas. All right, so 60%. Oh, actually, the answer is 60%. Shoot, I was down on, yeah, a different question. And yes, 60%. We're actually B. 60% is the correct answer. Hello to you, Shiva. Welcome. So 60% banana. All of us, yes. My cousin is a banana. So let's see. Moving on to now to energy and the usage in our brain. So you were right. Yes, absolutely. 60%, 66%, 60% banana here. Number 7, and moving on to our brains. I know it's crazy, right? How much of the body's energy does the human brain use? So let's see. Banana man, yes, that's cute. So how much of our brain, how much energy do we use in our brain? Let's see, about 20%, about 2%, about 15%, about 50%. So this tiny little organ up here, how much energy do you think? So we've got an A, we've got an A. It's actually a song, Banana Man. Oh, okay, I don't know it. So A. We have a lot of A's coming in from Shiva Mina. All right, so yes, okay, Shiva. And Kaluna too, dear. Kaluna is saying A, everyone else is saying A. 20% of our energy is being consumed by our brain. Thinking, remembering, and even daydreaming all require energy. The idea that and this is something that I looked up because I was actually curious because they say that we only use a certain percentage of our brain, but evidently that seems to be a myth. It seems that we use almost all of our brain, but we're not using it all at the same time. So if we speak, it's a section. If we think, it's a section. If we daydream, I guess, then it's a certain section. If we do math, it's a different part of our brain. That part of my brain is dead. That doesn't exist. Whatever the math part is probably dented in. I have a little dent here on both sides of my head. That's probably where math happens. So yeah, anyway, so 20%, Renee, you're totally right. We use all of our brain, but it's just that, yeah, not at the same time. But folks, learning languages like English, exercising, getting enough sleep, and regular practice can improve brain function. And so using more of your brain does not actually mean that you increase IQ. I thought that was kind of interesting. All right, moving on to our next question. Let's see what we've got. Nikola Tesla used his whole brain. Okay, interesting. So he used it all the time then. Shiva, we'll get to the next question in a minute, please. So let's see, number 8. If you don't have a lot of time to watch the live stream, no worries. This will be saved and you could come back and watch the next ones. But we don't want to rush through this, okay? Thank you. All right, so let's see. What happens to most of the cells in your body over time? Okay, so we have cells in our body. What happens to most of the cells in our body? A, they stay the same for life. B, they are replaced every 7 to 10 years. C, they disappear after childhood. Or D, they change only when you get sick. What do you think happens to the cells in your body? What do you guess? Renee's going with B. They are replaced every 7 to 10 years. Carmen's going with B. I think A, B, C, and D. B, all right. From Yelena. Any other guesses? Kaluna's going with B. B like banana. B like our cousin. All right, yes. So everyone's saying B. So you are very educated here. They are replaced every 7 to 10 years. This I thought was kind of interesting, though, is that skin and blood cells are replaced often. So the cells in our blood, the cells in our skin are replaced often, but some brain cells can last an entire lifetime. So yeah, so it differs. It's not always the same. Now we're going to move to a question, unless you have anything else that you would like to add. We'll move to a question about when life appeared on Earth. Okay, let's see. So here we go. Maybe. There we go. How long ago did life first appear on Earth? Okay, how long ago was this? Unfortunately, not B. So let's see. A, about 300,000 years ago. B, about 100 million years ago. C, about 3.5 billion years ago. And D, 1.1 million years ago. What do you think? Okay, so Sheila's going with C. Any other guesses? How long ago that life appeared on Earth? And I guess, I don't know, we need to figure this out, but I guess that this is also that since this time that there have been 5 mass extinctions, what we learned in our one of our earlier questions. So Kaluna is saying A, about 300,000 years ago. Yelena is saying C, about 3.5 billion. All right, so the answer is 3.5 billion years ago. So for most of Earth's history, life was very simple and lived only in oceans or in water, I guess. Yeah, and slowly crawled out of the water. All right, so yes, exactly. 3.5 billion years ago, that's what they think today. Who knows? How many zeros are there in a billion? I think 9. I guess. Wait, or 12? I don't know. I have to write it down. I can't think. Hold on. Now that's going to drive me crazy. I think 12. 3, 6, 9, 12, I think. Okay, anyway, last question. As you see, thank goodness I'm not teaching math here. We would all be doomed. It would be funny, but we would be doomed. So let's see. Last one for today. We are heading to feeling stressed. Part of life is dealing with stress. Dealing with stress is a part of life. So what can happen when people around you feel stressed? I think 9. No, I love math. Okay, then, so Carmen will do math lessons with you. So 10 more questions later. Oh, this is it. So, okay, what can happen when people around you feel stressed? A, you become immune to the stress. So immune meaning that you don't feel it. B, stress can spread to you. C, you stop feeling emotions, you just kind of shut down. Or D, you always feel happy. So I have a lot of people guessing B, stress can spread to you. Yeah, it's contagious. So this is a nice word. We've had it before, where contagious. Okay. So if something spreads to you like a disease or a feeling, then it is contagious. So it's contagious. You can catch this. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing that we have to always be aware of who we let into our circle in a way. I used B, but now I try A to become immune to it. Yes. All right. But sometimes this helps for humans to work together, that we have this sort of feeling that can spread to us because it helps us to understand things. If it didn't, maybe it would make us less empathetic. In this case, it can make us more empathetic. We just have to be careful that people don't drown us in their negativity. So folks, that is all that we have for today. I appreciate you showing up to our lesson. I will offer a live stream tomorrow at 2 hours earlier than wherever you are. And this is my Instagram handle. If you don't already follow me, then please go ahead and do so. Come and participate and share what you know and learn some stuff with me. Always happy to have you around. Thank you, Kaluna, dear. The emotion is general one, contagious is new for me. Oh, cool. Yeah, contagious. So COVID was contagious. If somebody coughed, lots of things are contagious, but feelings can also be contagious. Thank you so much to you, Serena, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Carmen, I hope you can make it. It would be wonderful. We are going to talk about play, guilt, and surrender as life lessons. So I'm curious to hear what all you have to say. Yeah. So if you want more, feel free to check out all the quizzes that I have here, and you can play along with that. I would love to have people watch my stuff. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Take care, and see you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye.